Welcome guys. Today we will discuss an adventure mystery movie National Treasure. The story begins where we see a kid who is Benjamin Gates searching for something in his grandfather's storeroom and he caught by his grandpa. He then told him that he wants to know, so grandpa started to telling a story which his grandfather told him and his grandfather's grandfather told them. The story was about a treasure which is not found till now and only Gates' family knows about it. The treasure was so huge that it cannot be sustained by an individual or group of people, even it is more than enough for a whole nation. To find the treasure one must have to solve a series of riddles to find the final location of the treasure. Then Benjamin's father entered the room and told that it was just a myth and you will never found anything like that. In the next scene we saw that Benjamin now grown older and with the help of Ian and a group of people he was searching the treasure and was able to solve a puzzle and found about the location of a lost ship. They thought that the treasure would be in the ship but they found out the containers were filled with gunpowder and there was no treasure, but Benjamin found a container in which a clue was there for the next riddle. Ian was not happy as he thought they will find treasure in the ship, still he became ready to find the next clue. Next Benjamin tried to solve the riddle for the next location, and they came up that the next message about the treasure is hidden in the back side at the Declaration of Independence. Ian suggested Benjamin that we should steal the Declaration of Independence, but Benjamin told him that it was not possible and if you are going to do that then I am not with you. Ian tried to convince him to support him but Benjamin refuses. Then Ian decided to kill Benjamin as from here he will only create problems and is of no use for him. So he tried to shoot them but Benjamin light fire candle in the room, as room was full of gunpowder it catches fire and soon there is a massive explosion in the ship. Ian thinks that Benjamin and Riley died in the explosion but they somehow manages to save their life. Then Benjamin and Riley meet with FBI and museum officials and try to warn them that someone is going to steal the Declaration of Independence, but none of them agreed and told them that it is at the safest place. As no one take them seriously, they decided to steal the Declaration so that it will not reach in hand of Ian, otherwise he will definitely destroy the Declaration. Riley tries to convince Ben that we are not capable of doing it, but Ben found a way and they both make a plan to steal it. On the other side Ian was also planning to steal the Declaration and he is all set to use all type of explosives and ammunition to make it happen. Ben entered the museum as a worker and then changed clothes as guest. And Ian and his team entered through sewer tunnel. Then Ben meets Abigail whom they went to inform about the attempt of stealing the Declaration. Ben takes her fingerprint to open the locked gate. And he also guesses the password right. As Ben was taking the Declaration of Independence with him and waiting for the elevator, but then from the other side Ian entered the hallway. Seeing Ben alive he was shocked and started shooting as Ben was talking Declaration with him. Somehow Ben manages to escape from the shooting and was ready to go to his van to leave the museum. As he was leaving Abigail followed him and confronted him that he steal the Declaration. Before she called the security Ian catch her and take her with him to take the Declaration paper. Ben then saves Abigail and told that the roll they give to Ian was fake and the original copy was in the van with them. But the problem is that Ben bought the copy with his Visa card and now FBI will have all the information about him and he will not return to his house for further research. Then they all went to Ben's father's house, where he tried to discuss about treasure with his father, but his father told him that it's all just a myth and there is no treasure and I will bot support you in any form. Somehow Ben convinced his father to let them find about the map behind the Declaration paper. Then Abigail helps them and soon they found out the numbers which are written behind the paper. Then they found out the letters that they have to use are been donated by Ben's father to an institute. So, they decided to go to that institute and found about the written message. There they take help from a student by giving him some money and that kid go to the institute wrote those letters and come back to them and we see Ian was also there but Riley manages to avoid him but from the kid Ian know about the words and follow them. They reach to the next location and as was hinted in the clue they have to look where the shadow of Liberty Bell land on a specific time. Then Ben found a different type of goggles and he concluded that this can be used to read message behind the Declaration paper. Ian was also there and tried to catch them. So Ben, Abigail and Riley decided to spread and make sure that Ian should not get goggles and declaration together. They try hard, but Abigail and Riley got caught and Ian take declaration paper from them, and on the other hand FBI caught Ben near his dad's car. Seeing Ben arrested, Abigail and Riley leaves the place. While FBI was interrogating Ben, Ian calls him and want to meet him. FBI officers were listening and thought it's a great opportunity to catch Ian and get declaration paper back. Later FBI agents found out that it's a plan to escape Ben from them. Ben jumps in the sea and a diver was waiting for him with oxygen tank, and they both leave the place underwater. Ben found out that this all plan was created by Abigail to escape Ben from FBI. Ben and Ian meets, and there Ben found out Ian held his father captive, and in return for his father's freedom Ben has to help Ian in finding the treasure. Then they all went to Trinity Church. Beneath the church there is a secret tunnel. They all started to follow that tunnel. After tunnel they have to go down with the help of wooden stairs. As those stairs are very old, they started breaking. Few people died. Ben and his group hardly managed to survive. Then they reached to a chamber with dead end. Ben told that there are no more clues, and that means there is no treasure. But Ian didn't believe them. Then Ben's father gave Ian's a wrong clue to go to Boston. Ian leaves them there and went to Boston to find the next clue or treasure. Then Ben revealed to his group that they gave Ian a wrong clue and we can still find treasure. Ben finds a button in the chamber which opens a secret door to a different room. When they reached in that room, they figure out there was no treasure, and Ben start losing hope. Ben's father told him that Ben was always right, and he makes the Gate family proud. Listen to his father. Ben gather hope and try to find out a way for air. Then again he find out a secret print on wall. He attached the ancient device that they found earlier, and then again a secret door opens. Now it was a huge room, and as they light the room with fire, there they see an enormous amount of gold and ancient artifacts, and finally they were able to find the treasure. And at the end of the room there was a way out. Ben calls the FBI agent and told him about the treasure and returned him the Declaration of Independence, and then they both decided to catch Ian, and they finally got Ian. Ben and his group is set free and got fame as they founded the lost treasure, and Ian went into jail. In the end of the movie, we saw Riley bought a Ferrari from his share of treasure. Ben and Abigail start living together happily. The movie ends here.